Oh, buddy. There she is, just waiting for me. Woo! Such a beautiful color. Look at that thing. Now, I don't have a lot of time today, but what I do want to try and do is hopefully get this car started today. Now, if I remember correctly, this car was missing a battery. It's missing a coolant flange, I want to say, and some hoses. But I think it'll probably start. Let's see. What are we missing in here? So, oh, not the coolant flange. The coolant flange is still there. We're missing this hose, that hose. Actually, it might just be right here. I just pulled it off, looks like. So that top hose there goes to right here. I'm missing the hose that goes from there down to the bottom. And then a hose over here. I believe that one goes to the bottom of there. It is pulled it off. Oh, right here, it's right there. No, that's to the trans, maybe not. I'll have to see. But I'm missing a few coolant hoses. Besides that, the dipstick's missing. And then obviously a battery. But I think the car should run. I didn't get a chance to talk to the owner of this car before it came in. So I don't know why it's actually here. But it looks like it should run. So hopefully it's an easy process. So this hose will go to here. If I can get it to go back on there. No? There she is. That hose will go to there. I'm missing this one completely. This is unplugged from somewhere. I'm missing the top one. There it is. You're not cut, are you? That should be fine. So that'll go back to here. And then my coil pack has been unplugged. Let's go ahead and plug that back in. All right, there's that. Coolant's all gone. So I'm missing this one that goes to there. Where's that connect to? I'm confused. So this one should go to what? I don't know. I'm missing one. I'm missing one there. But as long as that's plugged in and that's still working with a battery, the car should at least, I can see if it runs or not. And then we can focus on trying to find hoses later. But other than that, it looks like everything else is plugged in like it's supposed to be. And we'll see. We've also got the dipstick right here. I have no idea if there's any oil in it, but we'll have to see. Let's check and see. She's looking completely dry. Let's try that one more time. Yep, there is not a drop of oil in this thing. So that's another thing we need to get real quick. We have some spare oil here. I can probably just dump in for a second. I don't know, this is weird. I'm not sure if this car was like towed here on the trailer or if it was driven here. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it looks like it would drive, but it's weird that something just kind of pulled off. Like that's unplugged, this was unplugged, these are off. I think this one over here might be to the heater core. That one might come down and go to right here, I think. But other than that, everything looks there. So I'm gonna grab a battery real quick and just see if it even comes to life without me turning the key. And then I'll try and find some oil to pop in it for just a minute, and then a little bit of some water, and we'll go from there. Actually, I'm not gonna worry about hoses and like coolant just yet. I wanna see if it actually runs first. It can start and run for just a minute without any coolant. And if it does run, we'll go ahead and try and find hoses. There's plenty of Mark IIIs out here, so I'm sure I can find the hoses I need and get all situated. Let me check this one real quick and see. Oh, this one has the tiny little 1.4, so these hoses are a little bit different than mine. But I could probably still use like this one for that second heater core line that I'm missing. But I'm sure there's a 1.8 somewhere. But this will be like a last resort if I need it. Let me check these ones over here. What do you have in you, sir? Oh, let me in there. Oh, another 1.4, not what I wanted. Another 1.4, not what I wanted. How about you? Oh, you're missing the lunge, aren't you? Oh, you are? Okay, so maybe this will be a little bit more difficult than I thought. I think the 1.4 hoses will still work, but I'd rather have a 1.8 that has the exact ones. Huh, oh well. We'll get to that later. You know, it's kind of funny. There is normally so many 1.8 Golf 3s here. They're usually everywhere. And the one time that I need one, they're all 1.4s, or like this one, and the entire engine is gone. Those two have no engine, and the rest are all 1.4s. So I don't know how it happened, but it's okay. We'll see if the car runs first, and then I can make hoses out of something later on, but it's fine. All right, so I was able to borrow a battery real quick, and I found 5 quarts of Pennzoil 10W30, which we find for doing. So hopefully this car will start. All right, so first thing we shall do is put the battery in the car and see like the dash lights come on and that kind of stuff, and then I'll make sure the drain bolt is still in the oil pan before I pour any oil, because I wanted to pour it straight through, because that would suck. But if we have battery power and we have oil, we should be good to try and turn it on and see what happens. And if it does run, no problem, I'll go through and find some hoses and get some water in it. But I mean, the car looks good. I think it should run, but we'll see. I gotta say, I'm feeling optimistic. I think it's gonna start right up. I think it should. All right, we'll put that in there. There's our negative here and our positive. All right, let's see if we have any dash lights first. Come this way. What do we got in here? All right, we have 122,000 kilometers, so actually pretty low miles on the car, which is pretty cool. We have the clock on. I do have the key. Thankfully, the car had the key in it. And let's see. Now wipers are on. Turn those off. Seems to be okay so far. So now before trying to turn the car over, I'm missing these switches over here. But let's go make sure the drain bolt's in and add some oil. Well, this is a good start. And then I just noticed this thing. Fancy little Motorsports Type R. Looks like a boost gauge, but it's actually a thermometer. But looks like a boost gauge. You fool somebody with that thing. So I thought the radio in this car was missing, but it's actually right here in the seat. And look how cool this one is. Look at that. Got the bluish faceplate on it. That looks really cool. I'm glad it's still here. That's sick. I don't know if it works or not, but looks good. And one of the absolute best parts about this car, bam, she has the crank windows. Look at that. Buttery smooth, no effort. They're always gonna work. People think I'm crazy, but the crank windows on Mark IIIs are so much better. So somehow I didn't see it at all, but watching my clips back, I realized the hose I'm missing is sitting right here in the seat. So this is fantastic. That is the one, I guess it would be the harder one to find. That one goes from the bottom right up to there. So that one's good, this one's good. Just need the one off the 1.4 to go from the heater core to there, and then all missing pieces have been accounted for, which is dope. So I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but if you look way down there, the drain bolt to the oil pan is still there, which is good, which means we can add oil and not worry about it spilling out to the floor. And then after that, we can try and start it. I'm curious to see how low on oil this car actually is. I'm gonna do like a quart at a time. I don't want to overfill it, but right now there's nothing even on the dipstick, so she's at least like 2 quarts low for sure. Let's see. Oh god, it's fine, it's fine. Just a little bit of a spill, it's fine. Let's see where we're at. Anything? Nope, still nothing. Keep going. There we go, that's better. Any oil? Still no oil. All right. Keep on going. Still nothing, okay. Well, let's keep going. All right, that's the end of that. Okay, a little bit on the very bottom. So for now, at least to try and start it should be fine until I find some more oil, but for now, she should be okay. So I realized this thing wasn't all the way full. It had about 2.5 quarts in it, but it got me to at least now I can actually see oil on the dipstick, which is better than before. So we have 2.5 quarts or so in it now. I'm gonna try and find a little bit more because it's still a tad bit low, and then we can try and start it. So I found another quart of 10W30, so that is good to go. Now we are sitting just below the middle, which should be good enough just to run the car. Now it is time to see, will the little pink Floyd Golf, will she start? I think she will. I think she will. All right, boys, moment of truth. Will she start? Like I said, I got high hopes. I got high hopes for her. And go. Oh my God. Oh my God. The last thing I would have ever expected was for the whole exhaust to be gone. Holy crap, this car is so loud. Oh my God, I had no idea. Wow. Oh yeah. Well, I see a new exhaust, but like it's open right there, right after the cat. Good grief. You hear that, Carl? Listen, listen. That's hilarious. Oh my God. I didn't know she was a race car. Shoot. That's hilarious. Oh my God. Oh, wow. My ears are ringing. This thing is, it's loud. It's really, really loud, but it runs, it idles smooth. So now I can get some coolant or probably just water for now. Put the hoses back on and she's pretty much good. I mean, it seems like it's pretty good. It's just, wow. The last thing I ever expected was to start this car and have it just, wow, it's loud. It's really loud. One more time. One more time. Oh my God, the last thing I thought I was gonna have a Pink Floyd with a rotary. This thing is sick, I love it. Check it out, new corner piece, new light switch, which does work, and plugged up the radio back in. Everything was still there, and look at that, it works. I didn't realize this is actually, right there, this is actually the Pink Floyd edition radio. Pink Floyd factory radio. How sick is that? Now it's in safe mode now, and I think you need to call Volkswagen and get the code, but sometimes the code's actually like stuck onto the side of the back. I'll have to see, but that's sick that this actually works. So I just found the factory brochure for the radio here, which is really cool. And again, look how nice this is. Such a cool little detail. And I also realized we actually have Pink Floyd headrest. Now I've been in cars that have Pink Floyd seats many times, but the headrest is usually always missing. This car has perfect condition. Perfect condition. This car is just cool. Like, this is a very, very cool spec of a car. I love the electronic green. It's got manual doors, the cool black carpet. It just needs a manual, honestly, and it would be one of the coolest spec'd out Mark IIIs I've ever seen. All right, so now we must put this hose back on properly, and actually have both of the hose clamps here, which is very nice. And then I need to steal hose off the 1.4 for the heater core to there. And then we can start it up again. I really wish I had a chance to talk to the owner of this car before it came here and to see like why it's here. The car looks like it's in great shape, low miles on it. I'm not sure like why these hoses were pulled off, because they look to all be in perfect shape. This one's fine, this one's fine. I'm not sure about that one, but I don't know why they were pulled off. Also, the coil pack line was pulled off and it was unplugged, so I just don't know why it's here, what was wrong with it, or maybe this stuff was pulled off after it was dropped off and the car was fine to begin with. I don't know. It seems fine. Now, obviously, it has a extremely loud exhaust. I think it's missing the cat, or it's just a bolt right behind the cat. But other than that, I mean, like, everything seems to be here and seems to be fine. The car is such a nice car, so I don't know. But it's okay. I'm here to save it. All is well. So we've got the upper rad hose on now, and the one that goes from the coolant flange down to the water pump is also on secure. I grabbed both hoses from the 1.4. Now, the top section here that goes to the heater core fits no problem, but the outlet over here is a bit bigger than the 1.4, so this bottom section of the hose, it doesn't quite fit. So I'm going to try and go check the Mark IVs and see if I can't pull one from there. So I found this one here, which is the right side for the heater core and the right side for the flange, but it's too short. This is from a Mark IV 2-liter, but this one from a Mark IV 1.9 TDI, and this one has the right sides for the heater core and the right sides for the flange, and it makes all the right shape. So if you ever need a hose and you can't find a Mark III, the 1.9 TDI heater core hose fits almost the exact same way as the Mark III one does. So this is good to go. If I didn't tell you guys that this hose was from a Mark IV, you would never know. It makes almost all the exact same bends as a Mark III one. Fits good there, fits good there, perfect. So now everything is back together. You need to put some water in there, and then she's pretty much good to go. So instead of using distilled water, I actually found some of this stuff, which is the pink coolant, which is what these cars need. So coolant is full, oil's good to go. We've got a battery, all of our coolant lines are back on. She's back to life, man. Now she is very loud. She is extremely loud, full-blown race car, but other than that, the car is back to life. We've got the radio back in, some of these pieces are back in. This thing's just cool. This thing is so so cool. So probably not today, but sometime next week we'll actually get the car and I'll move all these cars out of the way and get the Pink Floyd out of this line. I probably won't leave the Junkyard just yet, but at least it'll be out of this side and out of the crush line, because this car is too cool to let die. So we had to save it. So now I want to start the car and let it run for a minute and see if it'll get up to temp and actually hold, and then make sure everything's good. Plug your ears, it's about to get really loud. 3, 2, 1. I don't know if camera does it justice, but I'm literally screaming. This car is so loud, but it's kind of sick. Uh-oh. And she shut off. Interesting. I don't think it got up to temp just yet. It started sounding crazy, like a rotary, and then it died. Let's try her again. Did she start back up? I don't know. It shut off like this. I don't know. Maybe that's why I brought it in. There's a little bit of smoke right here, but that's because I spilled oil on the manifold back there that's burning off. So it's not that, but something maybe off, maybe the, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know at the current moment. Like I said, I wish I could have spoke to the original owner to see what was actually wrong with the car. I'm sure it might be that issue where it's just turning off on its own, but it does run, so that's the biggest thing. And again, if I do end up saving this car and like keeping it for myself or whatever I do with the car, this will go away anyway, so that really doesn't matter that much. But the car does run for a little while, which is good. Let me start it one more time and let's see what she does this time. Oh, instant off that time. Let's try her again. No, actually, you know what it might be? We might be out of gas, boys. That's looking, yeah, I think we might be out of gas. You see how it's way down there? My light's not on, but normally the needle will move a little bit. I'll try to turn the car on and see. Nope, I said there's no light here, but the needle didn't even move. So either my sender's broken in the back or we're just out of gas. I think we're out of gas, actually. I think the car might be fine. I think we're just actually out of gas, which I'm okay with that. So as I'm sitting here editing this video, I realize the Pink Floyd Golf has already been like fully processed into our junkyard, meaning the fuel's been drained, the oil's been drained, the coolant's been drained, which is why that car had nothing in it. And I don't know why I didn't think about that, but the car probably honestly came in completely fine. Then we went through, drained the fuel, drained the oil, drained the coolant, which is why it had nothing in it. So the car is honestly completely fine. The one issue is now it does have a hole in the gas tank because we drove through the hole into the gas tank to drain the fuel out, but not the biggest issue in the world. The car should be mechanically fine. Once we put some more fuel in it, it should run no problem. But I don't know why earlier I didn't think about that at all, but that's the reason why the car is empty of all fluids and that kind of stuff. It should be completely good to go and no issue. I am so glad this thing runs, and it's cool. Like, to me, this is just such a cool spec of a car. I love the green. Even the all texture bumpers are kind of growing on me. I'm not usually the biggest fan. I prefer like all painted or just textured top, but they're kind of growing on me. And of course, once we bust out the trim paint, they're gonna be looking pretty good, I gotta say. I don't know, it's just a cool car. I love all the details about it. I don't love the engine and the automatic transmission, but it's okay. It's fine for what it is right now. It's starting to rain. I'm gonna end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget to be thankful for every single day. See you guys next time. Peace.